looking at kdenlive again. Have a action plan for what I'm going to be looking into. There's two different sides to this. There's a kdenlive side and an MLT side. The root cause of all this trouble is that this is not guaranteed. That when movit does its compositing, it's not always on a thread with the correct OpenGL context. There's a lot of reasons for that, so various things that need to be looked into. Not really clear answers on some of these, but these are various properties that need to be true. The kdenlive side, another hint, is pretty straightforward. Clip properties updates async. This should be nice to have anyways. In fact, it would be valuable even without considering the OpenGL aspect, as well as clip thumbnails update async, which would also be nice to have. This would mitigate two of the situations which result in OpenGL compositing on a incorrect thread. Though this one doesn't actually happen, this clip thumbnails update async. This doesn't actually matter as all the current ones are safe, but it'd be cool to have some Quartz Composer-like clips that you could add to kdenlive or whatever your compositions are. While this one is the one that's actually causing a crash. What I'm going to do is start with merging my stuff. Or sorry, I should say my work tree with any changes upstream. Then I'm going to look into this. I've already done some work previously of just cleaning up the GL widget that emits an event representing a new frame. So that would be nice to utilize for both of these scenarios. Okay, first potatoes first. So back here in my development environment, and I'm going to go ahead and start back up. What is it going to build? movit and MLT. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and start back up movit and MLT. Builds, so I can get my kdenlive development environment. Speaking of which, let's go back to movit and check upstream. Nothing changed. So let's go back to MLT. Once again, check upstream. And we see that Dan has done quite a few fixes. I don't... Yeah, none of this impacts OpenGL stuff. They all look unrelated. I'm not sure about these. Incorrect pointer check, useless pointer check, using destroyed temporary object, and... is that it? No pointer to reference. I don't know if those would impact OpenGL, but none of this directly seems to reference movit. So it looks safe to merge in. Not much consideration. Okay, seem to emerge just fine. Okay, so then we have MLT. You know what? Let's just go ahead and restart that. We'll go ahead and restart this one, which will just sit there and wait until one of them wins. Doesn't matter. Once again, I'm going to check upstream. Whoops, that's actually not the one I want to check here because I'm working off of the refactoring timeline branch. So my upstream, see if anything catches my eye based off the descriptions for anything that might be related to MLT and OpenGL contexts. Really see anything? Oh, it looks like some pretty cool, nice little fixes. Nothing specific to what I'm looking into. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and merge that. These guys are still building successfully. That's cool. Oops. Goody. Let's see, what do I have? A lot of little changes. Okay, I need to look through this briefly. See if this makes sense. Yeah, so far so good. Good so far. Yeah, all this I like, except for a few things I would like to partition into separate changes. Okay. What about monitor? What did I do there? Right. Yeah. Okay, so just commit them all, refactor, geo widget. just want to partition from each other. Logging, MLT, real time. Push that forward. Right, now merge upstream. Master. Okay, so some conflicts, no issue whatsoever. Think. Oh my goodness, what did I do? It's not master. No wonder why it's all chaos. Good. Alrighty. Back with that. Let's do factoring timeline. Yeah, there we go. Way more reasonable. Geo widget, there's a conflict, and MLT connection, there's a conflict. Okay, no problem. Set speed 0.0. Okay, now I want to look into some of those changes on the refactoring timeline. Let's see what this says. I forgot they're not on GitHub. Okay, so let us now browse some of these. Specifically, any changes related to our good friend GeoWidget. Okay, let's see. 89 changed files. Oh my. Interesting. But not what I'm looking for. Let's play pause on Windows. Maybe. Ah! This is indeed the one, and that just goes to set speed purge start. Oh. Okay. Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, let's do that. Set speed start set refresh, yeah, why not? What do I know? All that flipping around. Didn't really like it anyways. Alright. Now we add ourselves a very merry GeoWidget. And now MLT connection. MLT connection. What we got? Yes. This is related to some Nix OS specific changes I made. Don't really... Yeah. All right. MLT. Right. Okay. So, still just gonna go with this change. Oi. All right. Now see if it builds. Pew 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 pew. Go CPU cores. What do you do? Cool beans, still building just fine. Cool. Oh, that's building. Back to our geo widget here. In fact, check out the header. The geo widget here does two different things. The geo widget is both a widget in the UI as well as a controller for interfacing with MLT. This frame displayed signal is the one I want to utilize. There's shared frame under scopes. Not really sure why it would be under scopes. Whatever. Okay. And then the next one we want to look at per this is click properties updates async. In particular, uses that signal. Cool. Builds entirely. That's not too surprising, but you know, might as well. Right, just yeah, kdenlive. Okay, so then it pukes open. All right, now that's very interesting. That's right. I borked something. What was it though? Anyways, I'll pull up clip properties on here. Right about there, MLT controller. And find out where this handles it. Fill properties, update. Check audio and video. Pixmap, mirror original properties. Lots of get frame. This is all master producer. Not really sure if that's the relevant one. But what I'm going to do is search for all get frame. Key get frame does not matter. So we have create clip job. Yep. Audio thumb. And a few in clip controller. One in MLT preview. MLT preview, get frame, producer, frame position, int width, height. All right, let's see what I did to kdenlive.